What word is it?
It's automation.
Come on, Laksh. यहाँ पे भी Salesforce automation.
So automation is a part of our life now. So
Your
it's
life.
one of the success pillars of Salesforce outsourcing business. So imagine you're sitting here, I'm playing Scrabble with you right now. We have 8,000 manpower for working for different programs.
Yeah.
So where they are, what they are doing, we can get to know because we have deployed the right technology, which is channel play proprietary technology we have. And there are two different things actually. Putting technology in place is one thing, and using that using that system to get information which can be used to drive the program is one thing. So suppose you have 2,000 manpower in your program, example I'm saying,
Right.
so you cannot contact all the 2,000 at one go, right? So you need to manage by exceptions, meaning that if you get a report saying that out of this 2,000 you have this 20 people who are not working properly today. So that's where automation comes into picture, giving you the right insight post deploying the technology. So yeah, it's one of the success
So tech
pillars.
acts as the backbone.
Yeah.
And then it automates the entire process. So you have a real-time visibility, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, we have real-time visibility, and then we also know the defaulters. We might be having real-time visibility of all the 2,000 people who are working on the field, but it's important to, well, you cannot manage 2,000. Even if you have the information about 2,000, you won't be able to run through it at one go. So it's important that you know the exceptions, who are the defaulters. So it's generally we call it managed by exceptions, which is where automation comes into picture, giving you the right insight.
And how do we do that? How do we basically track such huge manpower?
So it depends.
Is there any feature in technology?
Yes, we do have. So basically there are different kinds of program we run.
Okay.
Primarily three. One is in-store promoter program, where the person stands inside a store and promote and sell brands product. Second is feet on street program, FOS program, what we call, where the person goes store to store or retail to retail and promote and sell brands product. And third one is the B2B, where the target customers are the organization,
Other
SMEs,
businesses.
other businesses. So these are the three kind of program we do. Now requirement of running this program are different. For an in-store promoter program, the person will go there and stand there. Then we need to know if the person reaches the store on time or not. Once the person reaches on time, what's the grooming standard is.
Right, hygiene.
And how, if the sales stock, everything has been updated by the person or not. And once the person is there, there's a typical, we need to know if the person spent that 9 hours or 8 hours the person is supposed to spend or not. So, which is where random attendance comes in. Please invite me to talk about it, because I have a very, nice example to share. I'll do that once we move ahead in the Scrabble camp.
Okay, so it's all pre-planned. So you want to bore me with all your SFO stuff today?
No. You asked, you started it, so it's there in my blood now. So I am doing this for last 8 years.
I'm all yours, Laksh, and it will help me write my next story.
Yeah, sure.
So please.
You have all the content today.
Yeah.
So I was talking about in-store, now coming to FOS, where now here the person will go store to store. Now it starts with attendance, if the person reaches the market on time or not. Once the person reaches, how many stores the person has visited over the day, then each store mein kitna time spent kiya.
Correct.
Then how many kilometers the person
All
covered.
of it is tracked.
All of it is tracked. So
I think it's called something. What do you call it? Geo.
No, that
What
geo
is that?
tagging and geo fencing
Okay, geo-tagging.
So basically, whenever we do an activity in our application, it's geo tagged.
Okay.
So we get the coordinate of that particular location or a store. And geo fencing, I missed that point while talking about the in-store promoter program. So it's important to, suppose you tell person A to go to store X. Now how do you know the person has gone to store X or not, right? So we geofence that area, the person will be able to do any activity when the person reaches the location X.
Okay.
So that's called geofencing.
Activity by activity, you mean the attendance,
Attendance,
the photo?
sale, the photograph, the sales, the stock, whatever reporting the person is to do, all the activities can be done from that location only.
Right.
So we give a some 50-meter radius as an allowance, because at times the stores are inside malls and all. So within 50-meter radius, the person can do activity.
Okay.
So that's geo fencing is what we call.
Understood.
Then the last one is B2B program, where so suppose you have a company, your salesperson starts the morning. Now if the person needs to know where to go,
Correct.
so which is where our assistive tool comes into picture. It's a CRM we have. It's a proper lead management system where it's intelligent enough to tell your salesperson for this particular day where the person should go to get more more results.
So is it visible only in the beginning of the day, or do they have a month view of the entire store visits, or do they have a month view of the beat plan?
Depending, we can upload for a day, for a week, for a month, and it's quite flexible system.
Okay.
It's not that once you have uploaded one beat, then you cannot change. You can change depending on the business requirement. You can do that.
Okay.
It's pretty customizable in that way. So for B2B business, generally, it happens that you plan for the day, probably for a week. So during B2B business, how it happens is that it's a mix of, it's a lead management, proper lead management thing. The sales cycle is little longer than normal retail store business. So which is where it's very important to strategically define the day, which is where our system is capable enough to do that. So once you have suppose 20 leads, so once you open the system will tell that okay, you should go to this 4-5 leads today to get results.
Correct.
Because these are in the closer state, or probably you have marked an activity which needs to be completed today. So these are the 3 kinds of program, and this is how the technology plays a role. And
I'm sure the locations must be close by, so the salespersons don't have to travel long distances.
yeah, beat optimization is one of the features, correct?
Okay.
Whenever we upload a beat, or even if there is no beat, the system optimizes distance travel so that the person can go to store A to B, then to C. It's not that the person will go to from A to C, then come back to B.
Correct.
So it's
in the most optimized way.
which is what we
Yeah.
call as a beat optimization functionality, which is there in our application. So yeah, automation and technology definitely plays a pivotal role in running this business.